vibrations. What is going on with y'all, man? Welcome to a special edition to How to Maintain a Free Mind in a Controlled Society. This is a Valentine's Day edition. And my one challenge that I'm going to challenge y'all to do today is to love yourself extremely hard before you extend that love to somebody else. Praise yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself, positively affirm everything that you want to positively affirm into your life. The words that we speak, including, stay right here. The words that we speak is the most powerful thing on the planet. Now, the thing that opposes that is the sexual meeting between two people. Of course, that's generation, that's creating two people coming together and potentially bringing life forth or just making love. But other than that, on an individual level, your words, your affirmations, how you speak to yourself, your imagination, what you think in your head is ultimately what you become in this world. It is what is affirmed in your life, the I am. So the last videos, I have been talking to y'all about the laws of polarity, why you should not argue, why you should not debate, and why there are two opposing viewpoints to everything in life. Every single thing here has its exact polar opposite on this end that can be equally debated and defended against. So know that and understand that, and don't fall into your lower nature. Don't fall into debates and arguing with other people on this planet. But even deeper than that, a large reason as to why people feel the need to argue, feel the need to prove people right or get somebody to believe what they believe is coming out of their mouth, it's a lack of self-security and groundedness into what you are and what you're into and what you do. You need validation from the outside world. Rather, you're on the defensive with what you're about, or rather you're just trying to get everyone to agree with you. Two poles of the same thing, two poles of a lonely person needing external validation or needing community in some way, shape, or form. Now, I was having a conversation with a young woman a few days ago, and she said that, you know, as humans on this planet, we're bred for community and socializing. We need each other. We need affection. I also saw a motherfucking post that talked about being touch-starved. No, I could easily see that being a real thing for a kid, being touch-starved, of course, born into this planet, confused and unaware, to two parents that hopefully are loving, that hopefully have healed their own trauma in life and can give that child large affection. But for you mofos over 21 that hang on to a victim mentality, that hang on to the world should be this way, you will die hard on that ego flight. I promise you this. And it's not that you shouldn't stand for something or have something that you're just for in life, rather that's love or community or social or this or that. I clearly start off all these videos with love, and third eye vibrations. Heart chakra, expanding it for y'all to receive what I'm saying with love, and for me to give it out with love and a third eye energy of imagination and seeing through the things of this world, seeing through the people in this world, seeing through the concepts and ideologies of this world, understanding that we're all just souls having a human experience. And your yearning for another, your yearning for physical touch, your yearning to be held and cuddled and appreciated, all of that shit has been programmed into you and manipulated into you because you feel as if potentially you're not as worthy or life is not as good without having a partner, especially if you may have experienced a partner and it only lit up that sacral chakra karmic desire of you wanting more, feeling in love and affection and pleasure and dopamine from an outside source, from another person. So again, today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to the beautiful ladies. Fuck you niggas. No, I'm just playing. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all too, because I can never be that type of person that If you got love in your heart, if you open and you're receptive to what I'm saying, if you ain't got no hate and envious energy, then it's all love. Everything that I could ever give or share is coming from a place of love, never fear. So, boom. Positive affirmations, self-programming of your subconscious mind. Telling yourself you love yourself is one step, but to tell yourself that you forgive yourself for all of your lower nature, for all of the things that you have said, the people that you have wronged, the people that you have hurt, the self-sabotaging that you have done to yourself throughout the years, forgive yourself for it, for you are innocent. And as a soul having a human experience, shot down into this planet on the polarity of pussy or dick, because at this point, should I even say man or woman, male or female? Again, concepts. Now, you can change your private parts whenever you choose to, but again, you manifest it on one side of the plane. XY chromosomes or XX chromosomes. And all you really need is yourself to really generate a reality of positiveness, completeness, abundance. It literally all starts from your mind. I literally feel myself trying to speak on, I can hear certain words coming up from this audiobook called The Power of Self-Awareness, or it may just be The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. I may just link it in his bio, in the description. I'll probably use a quote from that book, but I was listening to it earlier in the gym. And essentially, nothing in your life can be brought into physical form until it is first agreed upon and understood in your mind. So you have to, it has to start there. It's the first cause substance. All is mind and the universe is mental. So again, if it's 3 laws within the Kabbalion that you are not to ignore, that you are not to turn a blind eye to, is the law of mentalism, the law of polarity, and the law of cause and effect. Simple as that, because you will ultimately realize that it starts and ends with you and nobody else. So what you imagine in your mind, creative vision, versus what you fear, false evidence appearing real. Man, there's so much self-sabotaging going on out here. If you was not patient with your life and your manifestations and whoever you was dealing with, your ego is going to push people away and you was going to miss out on a lot of blessings. Sad to say, but so many people want right now. They want feelings and pleasure and dopamine and praise and validation when they may not have even put in the time and work to earn it. I know I was at that entitled point in my life before, and I'm an only child, so I got an excuse. I've always lived in my own reality, in my own world, and thought I was the shit. But once you get mirrored with other people that don't think you're the shit and treat you like you are shit, then it's a total different going back to the drawing board that has to be done. So, along with me giving y'all some energy on self-love and positive affirmations and how it is only you at the end of the day. If it was a top 3 books that I could share with y'all for our particular purposes, it would be these 3. The Kabbalion, the K-Ball, Chakras Beyond Beginners by David Pond. This book is fucking immaculate as far as information. Now, you could actually get only this book and be better off than reading the Kabbalion for the simple fact that it's for one, easier to understand and interpret, and 2, I'm gonna go in on the heart chakra today, but every single chakra, there is so much information, things to not do, hidden things. Again, it's Chakras Beyond Beginners, but even if you've never looked into the chakras at all, I would highly recommend ordering this book. Shout out to Khadijah Samdi. Rest in power to the God, the great master teacher, Brother Panic. His wife, Khadijah, wrote in my book when I first met her in the 3rd chakra. I went to Brother Panic's book signing to get his 2nd book. I have both of them now. And she said, in the third chakra. So clearly from her reading just my energy, my body type, maybe my intensity, or like how serious I was taking that moment of getting to meet Brother Panic and get the book. And I was in Atlanta, just kind of on some solo dolo traveling. I actually wanted to vlog this experience, but I ended up not doing it. But the time I had there was fucking lit. I met two niggas from Baltimore, cool as fuck. We ended up driving around, I'm still cool with them to this day. And went to some Atlanta clubs, tried to bag some Atlanta. She said, keep it cool. Much love. Don't take the bullshit personal. She read me like a fucking book, because it's probably one of the last steps that we have to get to, is not taking the bullshit personal. Not taking the outside things personal, what a person says, how a person tries to manipulate you, what a person tries to tell you, what a person assumes about you. Again, what happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. You make me look bad, and you damn sure look bad and ignorant for assuming whatever you assuming. So don't assume. The 4 agreements. Do not assume. Don't take nothing personal. Be impeccable with your word, and always do your best. The 4 agreements will actually be probably the 4th book to add to the collective of what helps most for our purposes. And of course, number 3 that I had on my mind, I'm not gonna read or go into it right now, but A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Jesus fucking Christ, this book is incredible. And even The Power of Now. I've listened to The Power of Now and the 4 Agreements audiobooks. And you can find them on YouTube. Once I started listening to audiobooks in May of 2023, my sympathy for the world got that much lower. Because that is the absolute one thing, that is the absolute, if there's any way to fast track your mental development, it's through an audiobook, a self-improvement audiobook, because we listen to rap music and R&B and program ourselves for competition and fantasistic relationship standards. Competition and jewelry, money, and hoes from the rap music, and then from the R&B music, the idea of this fantasy movie scripted looking relationship. But 2 people coming together is usually something totally different. It's usually better, in my opinion, if 2 people are healed and come together and can live in the present moment and can be free and open and vulnerable. But when the ego is creeping in a relationship, when the person is just choosing to hang on to past trauma and victimhood, scarcity and abundance cannot coexist at all. So don't even try to force it with any of your dealings, with any of your situations. Whatever I was saying before that, programming, music, R&B, boom. Audiobooks are simply a great meditation and a way to program your mind. The same way you can program your mind listening to music with headphones for an hour, you could do that listening to an audiobook. And if you in the gym with it, oh my God, don't fucking listen to podcasts at the gym. You can, but I'm suggesting y'all to listen to audiobooks. I actually may leave a link of a lot of my audiobooks that I fuck with in the description, because you don't actually need to read them. Now, reading is a different level of meditation and sitting yourself down and receiving the information and consciously being able to pick it apart and stop and analyze and annotate. But audiobooks, listening to the information, my God, so powerful for your brain and your subconscious mind. Boom. With that being said, y'all, let's talk about the heart chakra. I told y'all how, of course, there's 7 hermetic principles and the 7 chakras. The 7 chakras all correspond with one of the 7 hermetic principles. Now, the easiest one to look at is the 4th chakra and the 4th principle, the law of polarity, and the heart chakra. Symbol: 2 interlacing upward and downward triangles within a circle. Within a circle with 12 lotus petals. This is the page of the 4th chakra, the heart chakra. So y'all can look at that, see that. It is the element of air. The 1st chakra, the root chakra, is the element of earth. The 2nd chakra is the element of water. The 3rd chakra is the element of fire. And the 4th chakra is the element of air. Above that, it gets into more untangible elements. Key benefits: accepting others and openness to life. I will fucking stop right there. How many people in this world love conditionally or deal with people conditionally? Now, in most cases, that is simply what it is. Business transactions or social transactions, you really wouldn't fuck with this person if they weren't benefiting you in some type of way, if you weren't fucking with their energy, if y'all weren't on a like-minded frequency. Hopefully, you and your family can love each other unconditionally without auntie such and such having to be this way, or grandma just won't like her. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're in a relationship with a man or a woman, standards and a certain level that you have to meet before even getting to the point of a relationship. But beyond that, when you actually decide to grow with someone and potentially have a life with them, you have to accept all of their ups and downs and their processes. Again, loving without condition and accepting others, and openness to life, openness to what a person is saying, open to the energies over here, open to the culture over here, open to the information and the art and the beauty that's going on over here, rather than denying it, rather than ignoring it, rather than having a negative energy and impact toward things and people of this life. It helps to be open. It helps to be in the energy of glass half full, abundance. Again, that scarcity mindset that comes from an unlocked and blocked heart chakra. Well, no, from a locked and blocked heart chakra. It's a scarcity mindset. It's a negative mindset. It's a glass half empty. You're pessimistic. You're seeing the negative in a lot of things. And I urge y'all to change that, because this is the most important chakra as far as transformation, because a lot of people in this world are down here at the lower three. Again, the solar plexus chakra, fire, will, competition, do more, physical gain, produce. This can be a nasty, competitive, edgy, egoic energy, fiery. And the solar plexus, sacral chakra, the second chakra, water, emotions, feeling, pleasure, likes and dislikes, and what you want to feel, and dopamine, and all of those worldly material things that root you into your lower self. And your root chakra, your greed, your love for materialism. How secure do you need to be on this planet? How much space do you need to take up? How much things do you need to earn? How much money do you have to make? Rick Ross, as much as he is one of my favorite rappers of all time, and if it's two niggas on this planet that I ever signed with on the rap side, it would be J. Cole or Rick Ross. Or maybe Montana 300 too, but probably no other rapper I would actually sign to. But in my mind, from my perspective, he symbolizes the biggest root chakra on this planet as far as his house, his material, his mansion, his wealth, his greed to get more and continue doing more even at his age. He also a grandfather. Like, that shit just cool as fuck to me. I fuck with Rick Ross. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna meet him one day. Whenever that day comes. Let me not get too excited. But y'all, hey, you gotta fuck with my song. I just wrote it. It's a remix to Glorilla. Yeah, Glow. It's called Yeah, Low. Y'all gotta fuck with it when it drop. Probably, shit, even tomorrow or Friday. But yeah, Rick Ross symbolizes the highest of the high root chakra, in my opinion. Just materialism and expansion. So, yeah, man. The principle of the fourth chakra, love at the personal level, compassion and universal. Love and compassion. Love at the personal, compassionate. So compassion for other things, compassionate for the meek, the weak, animals, and then compassion for the universal processes, compassion for astrology, compassion for higher energetic universal principles that cannot be denied or outwitted or finessed. Compassion and love for yourself at a personal level. Again, you must have forgiveness. You absolutely must have forgiveness for the things that you done been through, for the things that people have put you through the ways in which you were manipulated to go other paths and other routes and fall off from your potential goals and whatever else. All right. Key obstacles, attachment and grief. Oh my motherfucking God. This shit is deep. To be attached to something outside of yourself, you setting yourself up for failure, because that thing one day will leave your reality. Now, to accept that it'll one day leave your reality helps. To accept everything. Key benefits is acceptance of others and the openness to all things that happens in life. But to stay attached to it, it will cause grief. In your moments when you are alone, your sadness, so much, man, with these emotions. But again, the heart is the balance between the heavens and the macrocosm and the microcosm. Therefore, it really is the chakra of the midrocosm. What is in people's hearts ultimately is what is manifested outwardly in this world. Most people's heart have been extremely manipulated and just made to be something that is not, because the heart is a generator, it's a pump. So everything starts from that, from the energy in your heart, how you are feeling. What do you want? What do you desire? How much drive and force and passion do you have to make change in this world? Of course, it is a lower chakra thing, but I forget how they describe it in this book, but essentially the throat chakra is based on your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is based on your solar plexus chakra. So, and et cetera, it just builds and builds and builds. So with it being based on your solar plexus chakra, what you want to will into this world, what you're fiery and passionate about, ultimately is expressed through your heart. You know, through your actions, through your words, through your energy, through your aura. You know, your heart is your aura. Now your mind is your brain and your heart, the contents of both. But let me not get too deep into my own concepts and ideologies, and let me stay on the information. Spiritual quality. And again, I'm only on the first page. Spiritual quality. Loving kindness toward others, born of compassionate acceptance of the spiritual essence at the core of all beings. Compassionate acceptance of the spiritual essence of the core of all beings. Meaning we're all souls having a human experience, split down into the polarity of penis and vagina. One way, shape, or form, you were born with one of those. So to have compassion for all people that are in this game of life, that are playing this thing that you're playing, that is going through the things that you're going through, just going through the motions of life, triggered and manipulated and programmed by outside sources. Even if this society wasn't the way it is, the ancient religion of Gnosticism was still giving forth the energy that you absolutely need to free yourself from the attachment of this world in order to rise above and reach a level of salvation and potentially not be reincarnated back here for a whole another cycle. To rise above the attachment, to rise above your physical, human, natural, earthly desires of what you want and how you want it to be and how you want things to be. Just accepting that this is life. This is the game of life, and that's it. Now, to just give a little more energy to Gnosticism, all you got to understand is there's a dark Gnostic understanding and there's a light Gnostic understanding. The light Gnostic understanding is that this creator of this world created it in perfect harmony and natural equilibrium for beings of a higher intelligence to live and abide by these cosmic natural laws. Not a tiger or a zebra, because they're not on the same level of intelligence. You wouldn't explain chakras and natural law and arithmetic to a zebra, nor a dog or a cat. The opposite end of it is dark Gnosticism. This world was created by a malevolent deity with dark intentions and created this world of suffering and fucked up things taking place just for its enjoyment and laughter. Now again, as I said before, I'll let you decide. I'm not here to convince you either way or get you to believe what I want, what I believe, or where I side with it. Personally, I am more on the side of a light Gnostic variant. Of course, you look at all the unfair and fucked up things and people born into this world with handicaps and mental afflictions and people born into places of poverty and war, etc., etc. It does give a lot of evidence to it being a dark creator that made this world for fucked up whatever. We just in a cage of suffering and war and chaos. But on the other end, when you see the beauty and the love and the compassion and the energy, and when you've traveled as much as I have, when you've been around as many different people and demographics, really only in America, you feel the love within, you know what you can create, you know what type of person you can become, and then you know how manipulated this society is, how programmed it is, from those at the highest, at the top of the pyramid, to those that are walking around catching the bus to go to work. You know, then I put it all on man as to why the shit is the way it is. Because if we were living in a natural society or community where everybody has something to offer and something to bring to the table, it absolutely would not look like this in life. Let me check my phone real quick. And yeah, we're just gonna get to it. Again, I know for a fact I'm not gonna finish this whole chapter on the fourth chakra. It's a decent amount of pages, so in the next video, I'll probably end up going over it again, along with the laws of polarity. Let me see what time it is, my friend. All right, boom, 2:24. I can go a little bit longer. So, yeah, we'll actually just go over these 2 pages. Page 98 and 99. Boom. Love at the personal, compassionate, and spiritual levels is experienced with the awakening of your heart chakra. You shift from reaching love from the lower chakras to giving love from your 4th chakra. You shift from reaching for love and external energy and things to make you feel good to simply giving it from your 4th chakra, because you've done so much work, because you've healed yourself so much. All you can express and do is show love. Love as something to acquire, as if it were a noun, changes to love as a verb, something to do. Anahata awakens the qualities of selfless love, empathy, compassion, altruism, and at the spiritual level, devotion, while awakening your capacity to experience grief and sorrow over losses. So it does awaken your capacity to experience grief and have compassion for a loss of life, the loss of others, the shit that people are going through. Just have a general compassion, because damn, I'm a soul having a human experience. They're a soul having a human experience. They may not know what I know or believe what I believe, but they still fucking have a nervous system and are feeling pain. So it opens you up to that. You know, a lot of people's heart chakra, if you're only vibrating at the lower chakras and your heart hasn't been unlocked, or you haven't put no attention on unlocking your heart, you may have a lack of compassion and empathy for the world. Compassion, sympathy versus empathy. To have sympathy for something, you care. To have empathy for something, you understand. Now, I have both. To most people and most things in this world, I care because I know how manipulated and programmed this society is, and the 1-2 steps and the years of history that got us to exactly where we were. So that's the sympathy. I care a little bit about the people that go through shit. And the empathy is, I understand it. I could feel it. I could resonate with it, because I was once programmed and mind controlled as well. Had to break myself out of a lot of things, as we all do. It's not necessarily a painful process, but it's an uncomfortable process of deprogramming yourself, of opening up your heart chakra, of seeing exactly how much of a scarcity and fearful mindset you may have, because you're not living in love, because you're not guided by faith. The love of power from the 3rd chakra transforms to the power of love of the 4th chakra. With the awakening of your heart chakra, you rise up out of your identity with your personal self and the sense of being separate from all others to realize that you are a part of a larger reality, woven together through a vast web of relationships extending from you into all creation, from the first stirrings of the I becoming a part of the we, that awaken with personal love to the stirrings of compassion and concern for others, to the love of the spiritual essence behind all of creation. Your heart chakra connects you to a larger reality. I got a quote by Malcolm X. It says, I remember he said, even when you exchange the I in illness for we, you get wellness. Now again, it's very true as far as what you can come to be with a community of people, a good vibration, a good energy of love and compassion and joy, you know, not the mental illness and the things that afflict the people in this world, to open up your heart chakra from just caring about what you want and what you desire and what makes you feel a certain type of way. You open up your heart chakra to understand compassion and see how not only your actions are affecting others, but the actions of this world, just the things of the people and how other people make other people feel. Then compassion, empathy, and sympathy can arise. But I'm gonna always caution you to not open up your heart chakra to such a degree and get too steep down into humanity on a personal, physical level with those that you can touch in person, trying to get them to change their mind and trying to get them to change their outlook and their behavior. That is fool's gold. That is you fighting against something that you will never win for a lot of reasons. But of course, I'm always offering y'all to create your own platform, post y'all information and y'all energy onto social media, not just in your story, but actually post about it, actually speak about it, put your face in front of it, because you will inevitably change those around you. And if you really love them, it's really the only way to do it. Yes, I have a #1 Mushroom Fan Club t-shirt as I'm drinking from mushroom tea. Now, shrooms connects you with your lower self. It connects you with who you are and what you are, and your heart chakra and lower. Acid is your heart chakra and higher, is usually showing you what you are not. But shrooms show you what you are. A soul having a human experience that has went through shit, that has been fucked up, that has stumbled and gotten back up. So you should have so much love and forgiveness and just approval for yourself, man, just for surviving, just for not killing yourself. For real, because of course most of y'all, like Kendrick said, you ain't sick enough to pull it on yourself. But at the same time, just the self-loathing, you create inner disease and you harm yourself. But to rise above that and bounce back from it time after time again, you deserve a pat on the back, my friend. When you experience life with an open heart, you feel an abundance of love, peace, and meaningful connections with others and the world around you. Life seems to flow through you as you awaken to your heart chakra's orientation of acceptance, shedding the personal judgments and resistances of your lower chakras. The personal judgments and resistances, and the labeling and the categories and the I'm not this, I don't do that, I can't be seen that way. All of that lower chakra persona shit that people deal with. Life seems to flow through you as you awaken your heart chakra. You experience an essential paradigm shift as you awaken to a world beyond the limited perspective of your lower chakras. It is a limited, blinding perspective of your lower chakras because it's all about your satanic desires. What can you get? How can you benefit? What's in it for me? What do they call it? WIFM? What's in it for me? Something like that. What's in it for me? It's most people's mindsets, satanic desires, and they've only been manipulated to be that way from the higher ups that understand psychological principles and your dark versus your light. Again, your darkness is just your lower chakra, so to rise above it, from darkness comes light. So, boom, your heart chakra is the element of air. Then you get up here, this is the element of light, what you can imagine, what you can see, the words that you speak, It brings in whatever energy that, it brings in what you are from what you know, but you can only reason intellectually to such a degree with the information that you have. But I don't know why I was saying that, but I have another important point. Actually, I do kind of know. Because your imagination, the words that you have until you reach and search for higher concepts and loftier principles, your imagination will only be what it was programmed to be by your school and your parents and your social circle and environment. But one of the biggest things that I learned from the heart chakra in this book, that if love was something that only intelligent people could do, is that if you needed brains to be smart, you do need brains to be smart. If you needed brains to be loving, if you needed brains to fall in love, this is why intellectualism, it really ain't shit. Now, I have a lot of it, and I offer y'all a lot of it, but all of this logical-based way of seeing and viewing the world, you would probably, in a lot of cases, ignorance is bliss, as I will always say. So what you don't know won't affect you and won't hurt you. But there's people falling in love everywhere, all shapes and sizes and forms. You go to LA and San Francisco, you see couples that are houseless and making it happen together, and it actually will warm the fuck out of your heart, because you get back to your own city and see you paying bills and stressed out over maintaining this pseudo image of what you have become in this society. And I don't even want to like throw too much dirt on being a responsible adult in America, but as opposed to the people that choose to drop out of the game, they're just as equal and valuable as us on the human plane. They're just not spending and making as much money. Greater acceptance of the world, paradigm shift, limited perspective with greater acceptance of the world and the other beings, that the key that dramatically changes the quality of your engagement with life. The acceptance, getting out from the fucked up, egoic, satanic perspective of your lower nature, the what's in it for me. You open up to a greater acceptance of the world and others, which is the key to dramatically changing the quality of your engagement with life. You may look at yourself and wonder, why is this always happening to me? Why is these type of people always treating me this way? Why am I always going through this again and again and again? Unaware, from whatever reason, your shadow is 9 times out of 10 fucking you up. Your greatest enemy is closer than you think. Your greatest enemy is your ego. Anaharta, aniharta, aniharta, aniharta is Sanskrit, translates as unstuck, unheard, and unhurt. As a bell remaining unrung. Oh my motherfucking God, that is beautiful. In Sanskrit, translate unstuck, unheard, and unhurt. As a bell remaining unrung. It is the place deep within your heart, beneath the personal wounds that have never been hurt by life. This may seem counterintuitive, because people who come from their hearts often get their hearts broken. Your 4th chakra is the bridge between your lower and upper chakras, allegiant to both. It goes through the pain of losses in your personal life, but it's also where you have access to the spiritual heart. Your spiritual heart is transcendent and detached from the personal, and is a source of causeless love, joy, and agape, giving from the inexhaustible divine source of love. And we'll end it right there. And I'll just speak a little bit more, because again, this book is important. This book, very important for our purposes. And of course, the almighty K-Ball is like that. It truly is. Because, again, I offer y'all competence, not pseudo-confidence, not being something you're not creating the greatest business scheme and getting the most money. Competence. To be and become the person that you want with no money, just energy. But again, to give a few more words on the heart chakra, when it's closed, when it's blocked, when you're lacking in the heart chakra, a wrathful, spiteful, vengeful person, you know, can arise. But when you are a heart chakra person, with an open heart chakra, patience arises. Patience for those that are not on your level. Patience for those that have not been through what you've been through. Patience for those that have not seen what you've seen. Patience for those that may not know what you know. Patience for those that can't go where you go. Patience for the meek and the weak and the fearful and the manipulated and programmed. You know, whatever you want to be in life, yeah, man. I'm going to leave this video here for right now. Crazy, it's been almost 40 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here for now. We'll pick back on the heart chakra and the laws of polarity. But whatever you want to be in life, it does start with your heart, because you have to be open and honest with yourself about what you are and what you are not, and what you do and how you affect people. If you really want to make change, you got to look within your heart, because that's your aura. That's what you are. That is the type of person that you are, all from your heart chakra. So that's what really pushes people away and brings people together, because their hearts are in a similar place. Their hearts vibrate on a similar frequency. So if you want to align with those that are doing some shit that you want to be doing, you got to change the contents of your heart. You know, they say if a person don't have heart, you ain't got nothing. It ain't about the size of the dog in a fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. It's the size of how much heart you have to continue going, to push through against all odds, and to always fall back on yourself. Remember who the fuck you are, remember what the fuck you about, and remember what the fuck you capable of. And with that being said, I love y'all, and may you never, ever, 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 ever relax your principle.